Hello, beautiful people, and welcome again to another class in English. As I had said in my previous video, we shall continue with learning how to write narrative essays. And in the previous video, we had done the structure. What are the things that are relevant to the first paragraph? What are the things that are important for the body? And how many paragraphs should you give to the body? And what are the things that are very important when you write your conclusion? And what are the things that are very specific only to narrative essays? Today, what we have done is we have taken up a particular topic. And this particular topic has been structured a little, and a little has been left for you to do. So, as we progress with this particular lesson, we will try to understand how to deal with a topic when it is being done in narrative style. So without much ado, let's get here. Narrative essays, and this one is guided. So I'll guide you through. So I want you to pay attention because it's a beautiful topic. The topic is a goal you achieved. You know already that your word limit stops at 450 words, not a line more. If you are much below the word limit, even then it is considered to be a negative thing. But if you go above the word limit, even then there is negative marking. So we have to stay within the range of 450 words, and we have to drive our point through and through. So if we are writing a narrative, and the topic is a goal you achieved. So what is a goal? A goal is not necessarily a goal that you made on a football field. A goal means an aim that you were able to achieve, a mission that you were able to accomplish. And generally, what are goals? Goals are personal aims that we set for ourselves, and we are able to meet them. Goals can also be called targets. All right? Goals can also be called targets that we set for ourselves. Now, a goal you achieved. In this particular guided essay, we are going to do a goal achieved by a person in the field of sports. But as a gentle reminder of what are the things to come in the introduction, first sentence will be the opening sentence, which I said has to make an impression. It should be very impressionable. It should be a beautiful line. Then declaration of the topic. You will open. What do you want to write about? What is your story? What do you want to talk about? Then, very briefly, you will divulge or introduce the important events, important incidences, the important characters in your story. And that character can be you yourself. The last line of the first paragraph. Now, all these sentences are in the first paragraph. The last line of the first paragraph generally is a forwarding line or a linking line, a linking sentence. This sentence should link the introduction with the rest of the essay. Moving ahead. So let's elaborate. Opening sentence. If I said that the theme I have taken is revolves around sports, reaching a particular goal in the field of sports, then this is what I chose to give. Opening sentence, it is true that nothing succeeds like success, and I can vouch for it. It is like a declaration, and it is also an impactful sentence. If your sentence begins weak, then that is not good for your essay. You should have something impressive, something that creates an atmosphere for a further read. It is true that nothing succeeds like success, and I can vouch for it. Vouch, and I can stand testimony to it, or I completely agree with it. What is the declaration? Now, the claim or the declaration of the topic will come in. As a basketball player, see, the character has opened up here. मैंने कहा था वो character आप खुद भी हो सकते हैं. वो character खुल गया. As a basketball player and having an injury was bad, but preparing for a national tournament seemed like an unachievable goal. तो स्टोरी का मुलम्मा क्या है? बहुत ही ब्रीफ समरी में उसका निचोड़ क्या है वो हमने यहाँ पे निकाल के रख दिया है कि भाई मैं एक बास्केटबॉल प्लेयर हूँ और मेरे साथ जो कुछ हुआ उस वक्त तो मुझे लगा था कि मैं अपने गोल को किसी भी तरह अचीव नहीं कर सकता. So we have just covered 2 sentences of the first paragraph. The opening sentence, which has given you this line, nothing succeeds like success. Right? Nothing succeeds like success. You can put single inverted commas to whatever quote you can use here, and then it is the declaration. As a basketball player and having an injury was bad, but preparing for a national tournament seemed like an unbelievable goal. So, what is the third sentence here? The third sentence will give you a peek into the experience. है ना? मैंने कहा था character और event और experience, ये सब चीज़ें इसमें होनी हैं. छोटा छोटा है. एक लाइन करके आप लिखेंगे तो आपके इंट्रोडक्शन के अच्छे खासे 70 to 80 words हो जाएंगे. My experience from not possible to success at the national level was a life changer. My experience from not possible to success at the national level was a life changer. It was a life-changing experience. So when you are able to achieve something great in your life, it takes you ahead. All right? So for this person, the lesson here was that it was life-changing. Reaching a goal was just not achieving something, but it was a life-changing experience. And forwarding line, the linking line is, this is my little story of proving myself wrong. So when one thinks that no, मैं नहीं कर सकता, मैं नहीं कर सकता, मैं नहीं कर सकता, मगर करते 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 वो करता ही नहीं है, वो आसमान छू लेता है. It is that kind of an experience that this person has had. This is my little story of proving myself wrong. So he proved he thought it is impossible, but the incidences of his life led him to make it possible. So with this, we come to the body. Once the introduction is done, then begins the body. And as I said, whenever you have to write matter, the paragraphs can be either 3 or even 4 in number. Generally, people stick to 2 or 3. Generally, people stick to 2 or 3, I repeat. So the first paragraph, what should you do? The first paragraph should have a lot of physical description about things that were happening. ज़्यादातर आँखों देखा हाल. और contextual description, इसको हम contextual description भी कह सकते हैं. कि क्या हो रहा था, हम उसको describe कर सकते हैं. What happened? How did it all start? Like we had said in the structure, the first paragraph should have the how, what, where, and who. These are the very important questions that the first paragraph of the body should cover. Okay, elaborate on the injury. क्या हुआ था? Injury हुई थी. Elaborate about the accident. Where did it happen? How did it happen? Who was responsible for the accident? Then you can also write that the condition was, what was the doctor's opinion? Suppose you want to say that your injury was not on your foot but was in your back. So for a basketball player, one has to be very strong. One has to be very agile. One has to have a lot of stamina. One has to have all muscles, skeletal structure, and nervous system and brain all working, coordinating, playing hard at the same time. But if you are injured, if you have a shoulder injury, you have a back injury, you have a leg injury, or a head injury, then you're grounded. So this is the situation. Situation खराब है. आपको स्टोरी कहाँ से बिल्ड करनी है? वो कहता है सीक्वेंस होना चाहिए. यहाँ पे हमारी स्टोरी सक्सेस की है, अचीविंग अ गोल की है. तो एक खराब स्थिति को ठीक करते 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 हम सक्सेस की तरफ बढ़ जाएंगे. Elaborate on the injury, the accident, the doctor's opinion, and the pressure from home and studies. उस वक्त सिचुएशन क्या थी? Generally, students play at 11th and 12th for nationals. So when you are in class 11 and 12 playing for nationals, obviously the academic pressure is also a lot. Academic pressure means pressure from the school, pressure from home. You can talk of all these pressures here, but this is only the first paragraph. Then, the second paragraph, recovery. You start recovering. धीमे धीमे आप ठीक होने शुरू हो गए हैं. सिलसिलेवार आपको कहानी अपनी सुनानी है, sequence wise. Right? That is what I keep saying for a narrative essay, that sequence wise it should open. Recovery, help in studies. Who started helping you in your studies? Who did you get a strong support from? Was it from your family? Was it from your neighbors who also helped you? Or was it from your teachers who gave you some extra help? Going back to school and the basketball court. Well, I've not written school here, but you can add school as well. So you can go to the basketball court only first if you go to school. So, this will start talking about hope. कि बद से बदतर स्थिति से अब कैसे स्थिति संभलनी शुरू हुई. Alright? The second paragraph is talking about recovery. And then, the third paragraph, still a part of the body, talks about you've recovered, but then what is going to bring you back to the basketball field? Slow but steady practice. Care of parents and the coach. The parents are coming to drop you, parents are coming to pick you up, parents are giving you your medication in time, or they are massaging or putting crepe bandage in the night to ensure that your injury is not stressed, and that by and by, with the practice, with the therapy, and with the little exercising that you're doing on the court, on the field, is helping you. Teammates' encouragement, very important. There is no game without a team, especially games like basketball, games like volleyball, games like cricket. You play them as a part of the team. So the teammates' encouragement, and here you are telling the story of all those people who have come to support you and give you their valuable time, their valuable consideration. Right? And how will you make this interesting? You will have to tell that I'm extremely thankful to these people. You will have to express your gratitude. Without them, it would not have been possible. No story is a success story unless and until there is somebody who comes to hold your hand. And then the paragraph, which is the third paragraph of the body. We are still writing the body matter. The story is still unfolding. Now you're already there. अब कभी ना कभी तो आपको national tournament पहुंचना ही ना, इसमें आप पहुंच जाएंगे. Participation at the national level, where, कहाँ है? Last moment changes in strategy. क्या क्या changes हुए आपके situation को देखते हुए? आप इतना बेहतरीन खेल रहे थे कि आपको इस position से लाके इस position पे ला दिया गया. Or whatever you might want to write. Then feelings. Now, this particular paragraph should deal with emotions. And what kind of emotions? They can be emotions of nervousness, they can be emotions of determination, they can be emotions of anger, agitation, they can be emotions of a go-getter. कि जीतना है तो जीतना ही है. All right? The spirit of determination or the team spirit came up. ये सब क्या है? ये emotions हैं. आपको इसके बारे में लिखना है. तो आपका last paragraph of the body हमेशा आपका emotional and mental side surface पे लेके आएगा. And then of course you have to conclude somewhere. So the fifth paragraph will talk about victory and celebration. Actually you can talk of victory in the fourth paragraph also. You can talk about victory at the end of the fourth paragraph. Your achievement has already happened. But the feeling of victory, here we will talk about a situation where you have already emerged victor, where you have already emerged triumphant. So, in the concluding paragraph, as a victor, as a team member who has triumphed, as a team member who was invalid a few months back and has risen to win the maximum baskets, to do the maximum baskets for the winning team. It is a situation of victory within also and celebration. Everybody is celebrating with you. You are honored. Your family feels honored. Your family is able to trust you more. Resolve for the future. And you make a resolution for the future that I will never give up. My situation taught me never to give up. If you begin with a good intention, people will join in and join in. You can also write about that. Then the lesson learned here is hard work pays off. Hard work and determination, hard work and resolve, hard work and perpetual persuasion of the goal helps. Closing line. Again, closing line, as I had said, has to be really very impactful, and the closing line can, I have written this, nothing is impossible, but you can write something else. All right? The opening line was, nothing succeeds like success. एक दफे आपने target achieve किया, what do you get? Victory, celebration, everybody enjoys with you. All right? So, either you can write this or you can write something else. All right? So, the story is from being invalid to being honored, decorated as a national achiever. It's a story. It followed a timeline, months. All right? It is a story that evolved in months. And what also evolved? Your inner being, your inner self. So that's how it will all happen. It's a narration on sports. There are so many other topics that we can discuss on. Some of the topics you can take up is a very good experience, a very humorous experience, a very scary experience. All these things require narration. Stories of narration can also come in as the humor around misunderstanding. Right? So, it can be about just anything, but there has to be a theme. Well, with that we come to the end of narrative essays, one essay being a guided essay. I have given samples also, which again, essay samples are available on @Maheshwari classes. So you can download the app and you will get free study material. And I hope you make good progress with them and they will come in handy. With that, thank you very much and God bless. Stay tuned for more.